what makes people happy today is gratitude. What do you think about that?
I think you should always have an attitude of gratitude. One thing that I like to do to show that I'm grateful, I'm not a big journaling and waking up at 5 a.m. and writing down the things that I'm grateful for type of person. But I do have a normal ritual that I do every day. And I like to repeat, this sounds a little hokey, thank you to myself over and over again until I can think of something that I'm thankful for in that moment or in that day. So, say for example, I could be driving somewhere and I'll repeat, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks for my eyes that are helping me to see the road clearly. Thank you for my car, getting me where I needed to go. Thanks for the gas in my car, for the money to buy the gas in my car. It really just centers me and helps me to remember the things that I'm grateful for and the people that I'm grateful for in my life. And it helps me not to get over consumed with being a consumer in a world where we're constantly seeing things online, wanting to buy, looking for the next thing. It helps me to be grateful and centered for the things that I have right now.
I can't agree with that because I'm thankful for my career. I'm thankful that it is enough to sustain us. So you told me that before about you repeating thank you. You know, I listened, but my initial thought, that's so corny. I'm not doing that mess. This all his feelings, but I tried it and it worked for about 3 hours out of the 12 to begin. Hey, that's a start.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
take the first three. That three will turn into four. 3 hours. I was like, I'm so happy to be here. I'm so thankful. I love all of you.
It's progressive. It's
You
progressive.
know,
Keep
it
working on it. It's a work
it
in
it
progress.
yeah. It's a work in progress. It'll take some time, but it did work. It got me through the first 3 hours. Now the last nine, but I was still thankful that the lights were on. Everybody's taken care of.
Yeah. Well, being grateful doesn't mean that every single moment of every single day is going to be perfect.
That's true.
Still got to keep it moving.
So, in terms of what makes people happy, the next thing on this list is doing regular acts of kindness. Now, I've heard you mention this more times than I can remember. And is that what, this is a whole different subject. Is this the part of the love language thing?
Yes, it is. Yes, acts of kindness is one of the love languages.
And yours?
Well, acts of service is my love language.
That's a different subject.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
even
We'll
want
get
to.
into
I don't
that
even want
another
to.
day.
No, I don't even want to step into that. I know whatever kid up here trying to listen better get downstairs. So how can you relate to the subject of acts of service or acts of kindness?
That's a really good question. One thing I do for acts of service or acts of kindness is I try to be mindful of things that are important to other people. So, for example, write a note to a friend. If I haven't talked to them in a long time, I try to send a text message to reach out. And my kids and my husband love acts of service and acts of kindness. They like when I cook for them, when I make special treats and things like that, or remember their favorite candy or snack from the store. So I try to show acts of kindness in that way. Just small things really help other people. And it makes me feel good too. It really does. Being able to do those small things for my family or for friends, it's more rewarding for me.
Random acts of kindness, especially for anybody outside of this house, outside of the four of us, is difficult for me. As I stated before in the beginning, I grew up as an only child. I am an introvert, and I could do without people for the most part. I know y'all can relate. I know somebody can relate. I know you can relate. Acts of kindness for me is providing a life for them that I did not have, or a life I wish I had when I was their age, and making sure that everyone, you, them, is safe. According to a definition here, Gratitude coming from the word grateful, warmly or deeply appreciative of kindness or benefits received. Thankful. What do you think?
I agree. I think it's great to be thankful for things. It keeps us centered. It reminds us how to be humble and not take the things that we have for granted.
So I was reading an article from denverhealthmedicalplan.org, and it listed several things that it thought, or it took a study of, or a poll or something like that, and it asked people what made them happy. And one of the things that it listed was gratitude. One way to improve your overall well being is by practicing daily gratitude. Research has shown that expressing gratitude not only boosts your mood, but also has several other benefits. People who regularly write down positive things about their day experience improved health, increase energy levels, reduce stress and anxiety, and better sleep. To make the most of this practice, it is important to establish a consistent habit and approach it with intention. Consider incorporating a small gratitude ritual into your daily routine. For instance, while enjoying your morning coffee, take a moment to reflect on three things you appreciate about the previous day. Now, I got this look on my face because I'm a positive guy, but the whole affirmations and writing things down just seems like a mumble jumble, a bro science. Put one foot in front of the other.
I think it works. I absolutely do this on a regular basis. I may not necessarily always write things down in a journal, but I do take a few minutes every day to be thankful for things that are going on in my life. And this is going to sound a little crazy, but what I do is I actually say the words thank you over and over again until something comes to mind that I'm thankful of. So, for example, I could be in the shower and I'll just start saying thank you, thank you, thank you. And before you know it, I'm thanking myself for the nice hot shower, for the sweet smelling body wash that I'm using, or for my kids, for my husband, my dog, my family, my life. And it really keeps me centered and grateful for the things that I do have. Life can change so quick at any moment's notice, and saying this little small repetitive thing, even though it's so small, just thank you each day, really does help. I think you should try it. So it goes, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then try to tell yourself a couple of things that you can be thankful for.
So if I do that however many times straight, I'm going to believe it.
Yeah, or you can click your heels 3 times like Dorothy and find your way back home.
So the next thing on their list too, it says that you should surround yourself with positive people. I am not a fan of people. I say that loud, strong, proud. I am not a fan of people. So I rather surround myself with the minimal amount of people, and that's positive for me.
Yes, I will attest to that, that you are a little bit of a loner sometimes. But what I think helps me in terms of surrounding myself around positive people is it's not just always the people that are in front of you, but the things that you're taking in. So if you're watching movies that are positive, if you're reading books, listening to podcasts that have an overall positive message, that is also surrounding yourself with positive people. So I see you do that a lot. You listen to, stories, inspirational biographies or
Yeah.
autobiographies from different people, and that's surrounding yourself with positive people as well.
So I told you the other day, and I think I probably said in this conversation that affirmations are stupid. That I just don't believe in it. That having someone tell you over and over or repeating over and over something that's going to have a positive aspect for you. But when I really thought about it, I was completely wrong because I do listen to daily affirmations because as you well know, I listen to a lot of autobiographies of people who may have the same background as I have, and I listen to them to hear their success story and how that could principles that I could relate to because we have a similar background. So I do listen to positive affirmations, just not in the same form.
That's true. So it doesn't have to be I am kind, I am beautiful, I am
So stupid.
loving. It doesn't necessarily have to be those type of positive affirmations where you're repeating something over and over again, but you are surrounding yourself around positive people that have a positive impact on your life. And how does that make you feel? We're talking about positive people and being surrounded by positive people. One thing that I will say is, it's the beginning of the year, and a lot of people like to say, New Year, new me. I'm cutting out old things, cutting out old people. One thing I like to do is really surround myself around positive friends, positive family members, and everything can't always be positive. Sometimes people are going through things, and that doesn't necessarily mean they're a negative person. It could mean that just the situation that they're in right now is just not the most fun. But one thing that I found that really helps me to stay positive and to stay happy is to always respond with kindness, always respond in a positive way when it's appropriate.
Bro, because a lot of people say this thing does not make you happy,
Mhm.
but you'd be pretty sad if you didn't have any of it at all and in a bad state of life. And that's money. People say money can't buy you happiness, but try coming home and your lights are off. There's no food in the refrigerator. The water company has cut the water off. You were riding around with no car insurance. And the list goes on and on and on. All of these things I have experienced in the past. And you know what? I was pretty sad. So I don't believe that money buys you lasting happiness. But anybody who says money can't buy you happiness um has never been broke. What do you think?
Well, I agree. A certain amount of money does bring you contentment. Having enough money to sustain your daily needs does bring you a level of contentment. But I agree, having a certain amount of money, the money itself physically doesn't make you happy, but the things it can do for you can aid in your happiness and your comfort. Having a nice mattress to sleep on every night and a nice home does bring you a measure of comfort. Um, and money can be for protection as well, right? You got to pay your car insurance. You have to pay your light bill, like you said. So money does, for the most part, bring you a measure of happiness. It isn't everything. You can have a ton of money, but not have the love of family or the respect of others, and that can really be a downer. But I do agree that having a certain amount of money does aid in your comfort and gives you a certain measure of contentment. So I'll say it does make you content, but not necessarily happy. You could be in a five-star hotel, in a five-star restaurant, on the best trip in your life to the most exotic place, but be alone. And that could really bring you down. You may have a measure of contentment, but I don't think that it necessarily will bring you happiness. Happiness is an inside job.
Exactly. So I need to talk about this because this is a scar on my soul. Going back to the car insurance, if you tell me that money is important, have you ever rode without car insurance for a long period of time?
No, I haven't.
Let me tell you, pins and needles is an understatement of what that feels like driving around in Atlanta. Now this is
You
many
were riding dirty.
yeah, many years ago when I first moved here. I had everything I owned that fit in that Mitsubishi Galant. I had my little prairie dog in the car with me. Car filled up to the brim with all these was garbage now with no car insurance.
Yikes.
Now, if you live in Atlanta or if you've been here, let's say past 10, 15 years, you know that the driving can be a little crazy. And this is why, because nobody is from here. Nobody's from here. You have people that have their driving style in the South. You have Northerners that have their driving style. You have people from different countries. You got people with their different styles, whatever city they came from. And everybody brings their style here, and it's crazy. I felt like everybody knew that I had no car insurance and they were purposefully trying to hit me, kill me, or get me in this wreck that would get me in even more financial trouble when I had absolutely nothing.
So you were out here riding dirty.
Dirty. I was muddy, dirty, caked up in whatever. I was disgusting.
Oh my goodness. I can't even imagine. You've never driven so better in your life than when you didn't have car insurance. I bet you were on 10 and 2, driving like you were driving Miss Daisy.
Yeah. One day, I got pulled over, but I didn't really get pulled over. There was a cop car in front of me. There was a cop car behind me. He flipped on the blues, and I wasn't even scared. I was resigned to my fate. I was like, they ran my tags. They got me. Just gonna take whatever's coming. I have no criminal record. I'm not a criminal. I'm just in a bad spot. I'll take whatever's coming. But fortunately, he was trying to signal the cop in front of me. Now, I done pulled over and everything, and I had no story. It was just gonna take it as it came. He rolled around me, looked at me, and went to his buddy, and they started talking. I never prayed so thankfully before in my entire life.
Oh man, I bet you were scared.
Man, scared.
Are you sweating bullets?
Man, I'm getting hot right now. I do have a coat on. Yeah, I'm getting hot right now thinking about that. That was a terrible experience, and money would have provided me more safety and more happiness in that moment.
Yeah.
So anybody who says money can't buy you happiness, you've never been broke.
That's true. That's true. I agree.
And we're going to stay on the subject of money. Now, I feel vindicated by this because I've been saying this for years, and you've been you've listened, but I feel like I could feel your eye rolling. I could feel the eye roll. And on that list that we were talking about earlier, same thing that I've been saying, I rather spend my money on experiences versus trinkets or things. Like I've never been one to buy you purses or perfumes or jewelry or whatever, but when I have, I've done it because I know you like those things.
Yes, you have.
I've never done it with my heart fully into it.
Okay.
I rather buy you an experience, or we go somewhere that you've been talking about, and we pull up and we're like, hey, we're here or whatever. I know we were talking about the Alvin Ailey thing the other day, but we didn't get to go. Like that's what I want to spend my money on, and I feel vindicated, and I was right all these years to say that that's better than what I don't even know anything about purses.
Regardless, I agree with you. I agree with you. Experiences are amazing, and that's something I've come to appreciate since we've been together, that I do value experiences. But ladies, come on. An experience is wonderful, but you need something to wear.
Oh my God.
You need your hair done. You're going to need an outfit. You're going to need a nice bag. What are we wearing to these said experiences? Are we wearing a brown paper bag?
Nobody came to see you, though.
But
nobody came to see you.
Me. I'm here to see me. My pictures are here for me. I need to look good.
You acted.
So should I arrive to these experiences wearing a brown paper bag and looking like I'm raggedy and tattered? Like, come on, honestly, how should I be arriving to these experiences? I'm also going to need to look decent when I show up. So while I agree with you, experiences are very important, and you don't necessarily need to show up in the most luxurious duds, I feel that you do need to present yourself well. So yes, please buy the perfume, the handbag, the shoes, and pay to get the hair done. I'm going to need all of those things.
Yeah, but
those are an experience as well. I experience this bag every single day I wear it. I'm experiencing this outfit when I have it on. You experience having your hair done.
Walmart got plenty of bags that fit that you can pay a whole lot less for and get more stuff in there.
I agree. I agree. However,
I could take the name off of whatever you got around there and bring you something from Walmart that look just like it.
No. The quality would not be the same. The quality is definitely.
We're talking about a bag. We're talking about a bag, not an athletic shoe. What are you talking about quality?
Let's talk about the price per wear. You're talking about a bag that you could wear 365 days of the year. $1 a day alone would pay for some bags. $365 for a bag you're wearing every single day. I think it's well worth it. It's definitely worth it. Or more, right? It's an investment. Bags, a nice quality leather handbag could last you for years if you take good care of it. So we're going to agree to disagree.
The tag on that Walmart bag said that it is genuine leather. So, I mean, the argument isn't there.
We're going to agree to disagree.
All right.
Agree to disagree.
We're going to pay for whoever name.
I want to go to the experiences, but what are we wearing? What are we wearing? But that's what I'm saying.
But, okay, we'll agree to disagree. But my thing is, at these experiences that you have to go all out for and that we're almost late for, like we're all off the subject of happiness here. Like y'all didn't hit a nerve. I didn't hit a nerve. Whoever brought this up and hit a nerve. When we go to these things, yes, look nice, feel good, but you carry on as if they paid a ticket to come see you. Like you are going to perform. Like they're gonna call you from the audience to be a part of the production.
So let me ask you: should I show up now in a do-rag, just looking any old kind of way?
What
is that what you want to arrive with?
Why do we have to be late though?
Expectation here. We don't have to be late. We're gonna be on time.
We talk about happiness. That don't make me happy to be late.
All right. We're getting off subject. Thank you so much for listening to us today. Really appreciated it. If we continue this conversation, we're both not going to be happy. So I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah, that's going to end my happiness.
Yeah, let's keep it on a good note.